going on, everybody? Welcome back to Apocalypse Movies. We are here to do our non-spoiler review of Aquaman. I almost want to call it Waterman because that's literally what it is.
Yeah, very
It's
much,
literally
very
called
much.
Waterman, just in Spanish. Yeah, I'm Jake Gup. This is Jake. Yeah, similar names. Yeah, we're here to talk about it. Non-spoilers, though. We saw the movie a little early. We went to that
we got a chance to do
screening.
the Amazon Prime early screening. There was 9 of us, and so we're dropping this early.
Yeah, it was like an event. I was super excited.
It was very
movie.
cool, very cool.
Super exciting. We got some wings beforehand. It was fun. And you're a big Aquaman guy, like in the comics.
He's arguably my favorite opposite of Flash.
DC
I like
character.
Batman and Superman, but I like the other guys, and so I've had a long history with him, and I didn't like the lead up to this character with the casting because I wanted the classic guy.
Yeah.
But the excitement behind Justice League and that character in that movie got me excited. I was looking forward to the movie, but I wasn't like incredibly stoked about it. But as the movie started drawing closer and I started seeing a little bit more, I was like, okay, I'm going with an open mind. I think I'm really going to enjoy it. And I feel like I did enjoy myself.
I was more excited than I thought I would be. Like the couple days before.
That night, Saturday, I got really excited. Like really excited.
It's hard for DC stuff nowadays because you don't know what's going on with their universe.
hard.
But anyways, forget about that. We're focusing on this movie alone, and I really enjoyed this movie.
It's a really good movie.
It's not like a top 10 movie of the year or anything like that. I wouldn't say that. It might end up in my top 10 just because I enjoy it so much, but it is very good. And it took me a couple days to realize that, honestly. Like, I wasn't sure at first. I know I liked it, but I wasn't sure. But I've come to the conclusion so far that it's a really good movie and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like as we walked out of that theater, we sat in that circle, we started talking about it. I felt like I was the one person who liked it the most out of everybody.
Yeah,
and I had a good feeling about it. Like, I really enjoyed what I saw. I liked the characters, or most of the characters. I kind of like what I saw visually and whatnot. Opposite of you, I kind of sat back a little bit and I held my feelings back just a tad bit.
Yeah.
And I started to kind of pick things up a little bit. Like, okay, maybe I didn't like that as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
Because I started watching trailers and TV spots and remembering like the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then realizing that there were things that I possibly didn't like as much as I thought I did. But it is a really good time.
Yeah.
The perfect way I can describe it is it's just a ton of fun. Like, it really is.
It is, yeah.
A lot of fun, and it's a step away from what DC is doing, which is what made it so enjoyable for me.
I agree, yeah. It has a way different feel than any of their movies. Way different than, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
It's much closer
Aquaman.
to Wonder Woman.
Exactly.
But it's so different from Wonder Woman at the same time.
A lot of people had tonal issues with, like, Batman v Superman, Justice League.
Suicide Squad.
This movie is way different than those movies. They've kind of, with Wonder Woman and now this movie, they kind of fixed that, and that's what they should kind of go for. Each movie and each character calls for a certain type of tone. They don't all have to be dark like they were doing, and I think they did that right with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and I think Shazam might follow suit.
Shazam's definitely going to follow suit. And remember when they started this universe, they kept saying that they're not going to bring the jokes in these movies. Yeah, they realized it didn't work. And this movie
depends on the character in the movie.
It's a tonally lighthearted, fun, bright, vibrant movie. It doesn't always work, but you can see that they're starting to shift and really figure things out for themselves.
Yeah. For me, what made the movies, obviously Jason Momoa killed it, and he's awesome. And
so much fun.
For me, I don't have as much history with the original Aquaman character as you do, so for me, like, he is Aquaman now.
He is Aquaman. He's the movie version of Aquaman.
He's his own version of Aquaman.
Exactly,
yeah.
and there's definitely traits of Aquaman in him, but he's a very historically background character different from him. He has a different history behind him. You can tell by the final scene in the movie, and we're doing non-spoilers, but the way that he's talking and the way that he uses certain things with the character is completely different from the classic Aquaman, but it works because of the certain background they give him, because of the character, the guy who's playing him. And it's really cool to kind of see them just allow them to do their own thing rather than stick to the comic books as possibly close as they could.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think this is a spoiler because we've seen this in Justice League and in the trailers. The thing I love about him is he doesn't want to be a hero.
Yes.
He doesn't want to save the world, but he's not. He's been blessed with this gift that he has, and he won't turn away when the world
does it
needs
in
to be
his
saved.
own way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not going to let innocent people die or get hurt. He's not going to let the world get destroyed, and he's going to do the right thing ultimately.
Exactly.
But he doesn't want to be a hero. He'd rather just chill and drink and, like, go fish, like, swim around the ocean.
Well, yeah,
you know?
I mean, the opening sequence, and it isn't really a spoiler, but he does the whole saving thing in the beginning of the movie. We kind of get an introduction to him, and then he goes to a bar with his dad.
Exactly.
And his dad doesn't know. his dad doesn't know like what he's doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's kind of keeping it a secret because he doesn't really want to do it, and then it kind of goes.
But he kind of has to because he's really the only hero who can protect the ocean like that. Exactly. So it's very unique in its own right. Like Wonder Woman and Superman can't really do what he does. They can't go underwater like that.
They probably could, but they can't breathe underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
So
not
different
for that
from anybody
long.
else.
Yeah, very different. And then just the world building and the mythology for me, so amazing.
So good.
I don't want to get too much into spoiler stuff, but like the locations they go to and the things that we get to see in this movie are really, really good.
The timeline and like the adventure aspect of it is really cool, and like you said, the worlds that we visit, the kingdoms, if you will. It's so fantastic.
It was an adventure movie.
It
really was, and it had Indiana Jones like Lara Croft feel to it.
It very much had that feeling.
It really did. Yeah. And then Mira is awesome.
She's my favorite part of
both in like performance wise by Amber Heard and her powers and everything. And Atlanta's awesome. Yes. Nicole Kidman for what she's in is awesome.
Opening
scene is amazing. Awesome. That might be my favorite action scene. The opening scene.
It's really good. Yeah. It's hard to tell. There's so many.
The thing is, like for me, I haven't been this excited for a DC movie since Wonder Woman, wanting to go back to watch it multiple times again, and I really do feel that way. Obviously, it wasn't perfect.
Nah,
there's some flaws.
It was not.
There's some things in there. We'll talk about it more in our spoiler discussion, but there were some things introduced into. I don't know how to explain it, but there's some technical things input in the movie that made it feel weird and out of place and threw the tone off. Yes. And it was so random.
Yes.
So there's that, and you'll definitely feel that once you go see the movie. And then the villains were questionable. I mean, Orm was good.
Orm was great for a main villain. We hardly ever talk about how great main villains are.
Yes.
Because they're usually throwaways to kind of build the hero. This guy is not a throwaway. Like he is a complete and utter, just bad guy who is given a great backstory.
If you consider everything he's been through and his whole entire life leading up to this movie, everything he's doing makes sense.
Yes.
Like it's not like he's not evil for the sake of evil. Everything he's doing makes sense.
I guess it's spoiler. I can't say it.
Yeah, exactly. we once you watch the movie, you know why he is evil, if you were to call him evil. And so he was good. There's a side villain, which we've seen in the trailer, Black Manta. I'm torn. I feel like you guys dislike him more than me. I don't dislike him. I dislike some of the things that happen with that character.
The guy who played him was great.
Oh, yeah,
he was
exactly.
Really, and I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry, but he's a really great actor. But for me, he is the low point of the movie.
Oh, for sure.
It didn't really work for me, and it goes back to that one line we continue to talk about, which when you see the movie, you'll understand what that one line is. Another thing for me that I mentioned quickly yesterday when we met is the rules of everything.
Yes.
Now, a couple things were debunked, if you will, but like, what are the reasons behind these powers, or what reasons certain characters can do this and certain characters can do this, and like just the rules of it all. I'm interested to learn more, like what was the meaning behind it.
Exactly, yeah.
But in the process of everything, it didn't really make sense.
Well, you know what that is? There's too much information in this movie in one film. So those answers might be in the film, but everything's happening so fast and too much information all at once. That like you kind of miss some stuff.
We talk about so many times how movies struggle and are missteps because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
This movie has a lot going on, but I don't ever really felt like I thought to myself, man, that's a major misstep.
No, not really.
James Wan, and I'm going to probably get shunned for saying this, but this is probably my least favorite directed movie of his. I think it's a really weak point for him as a director.
No,
as a director.
To be honest with you, I agree, because I was expecting better.
I was expecting
better.
And it had to do with like camera angles and certain like techniques that he used at certain points, and like just the way that things were shot in a way, but everything else that was kind of going on as far as like the major just rubbish that was thrown at you was done pretty well.
I think he did a good job, but he didn't do a good job for James Wan standards.
Yes,
because he's a great, fantastic director.
Exactly.
That's why we were looking forward to it so much, mostly because of him. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he directs movies that are like, 8s and above, and then this movie,
The Conjuring 2.
This movie's like a 7, you would say. Like,
you have Furious 7. You have the first Insidious movie. Like those are all really, really well received.
Exactly,
movies.
They absolutely are. So there's definitely some missteps in this film, but for me, overall, it works.
It really does.
Most of it works, and I'm honestly satisfied. And I'm so happy to see you positive about a DC film.
Well, here's a bomb. You like Wonder Woman as your favorite DC movie. this is my favorite DC movie.
Yeah, I mean, mine's actually Man of Steel, but...
Man of Steel is... Okay.
But still, but Wonder Woman universally is everyone's favorite DC movie.
This is my favorite DC movie.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that, and that's really good to hear. Honestly. Positivity, but we're going to do a full spoilers review. Obviously, we enjoyed it. His favorite DC film, and you like Wonder Woman.
I do. I really enjoy Wonder Woman, but I just felt like I had a little bit more fun.
Aquaman's your guy, though, too.
He is.
So
how can you go wrong with Jason Momoa?
Absolutely. You could tell we held back so much in this review because we want to save it for the spoilers review, so we will tune in a couple of days and put that up.
Yeah, it'll be up before the movie releases on Friday.
Awesome. We are looking forward to that. I hope you are as too. Obviously, we enjoyed the film, but not perfect, but no movie is. So go see it for yourself, and we're really curious to hear your thoughts, and look out for our spoiler review. Again, I'm Jacob. This is Jake. We are Apocalypse Movies. This was our non-spoiler review of Aquaman. We'll talk to you guys later.